Greetings, everyone, and thank you for joining us for the 11th review in the 2018 Christmas Sample Series. This one is
Coro.
cigar. Yeah, yes. You guys know it.
Cohiba Robusto. My favourite.
It's one of those cigars that I think people like Cohiba in general, and we'll talk more about it in the review, of course. They're into or they're not into. We'll talk about why they may be into, maybe, but cold draw.
There's a bit of sweet grass on the cold draw. Nice.
I'm getting that, that coffee, vanilla bean.
A little bit of coffee.
Really nice. We'll light this up and we'll come back. What do you reckon? We'll just let it up?
Yeah, nice start. Pretty strong vanilla and coffee notes, which was really interesting when I first lit it up.
Is it like a one thing we say about Cohiba, and for me personally, I find them more in the Classica Linear line. So they're the cigars that are not the Siglo cigars. They're called the Linear 1492. I feel that the Classica Linear line tends to be more predominant in a mocha coffee, like a chocolatey coffee, light coffee, creamy chocolatey combination.
There's a cream and vanilla kind of flavour there.
Yeah,
definitely.
I agree with you.
It's nice. But the coffees are more the stronger flavour on top of those. Really good smoke. Heaps of smoke. Draws really good as well. Not tight, not too tight, not too loose. Perfect in my opinion. It's a really good start.
Again, it is a Robusto. It's 50 ring gauge by 124. Very common size these days in the Banos SA regular production catalogue. Interesting thing about these cigars is that thankfully they have been around, unlike Siglo 6s and Bahikis in the Cohiba range. They've been in a production hiatus for about 12 to 18 months, maybe a bit longer. They are coming back now, Siglo 6s, that is, thankfully, because I would think, and again, this is just my readings of following cigar trends over the years. I would think out of all the Cohiba cigars, I think the Siglo 6 would be up there as the most popular cigar. I would think in terms of sought after. But this Robusto is similarly sought after on our forum when 24 goes up. They do tend to go. And you said you really like it.
Yeah.
What do you like about it?
Just the delicacy of the flavours that you can get from it, especially that Cohiba grass flavour you can get as well. But the coffee and vanilla is great. That's just something that's really up my alley. I really like. I kind of regret when you gifted me my first Cohiba Robusto a while ago, because now I'm just always whenever I have a weak moment, I buy some. So I've already got 15 tubes at home, so in my home humidor.
It is a slippery slope,
but a good one.
Yeah. Let's face facts. Cohiba is more expensive than general regular production, and that's even before taxes are applied wherever your region is, where you come from. You're probably likely to have tobacco taxes applied on top, so it makes it even more expensive. So, the issue is, I feel that not issue, but the fact is that if it's your favourite market, unfortunately for me it is. I just have to live with it. It's just how it is. So, but if it's not your favourite market and you do like it, you can work out the price range, I suppose, to have it every now and then and have it on occasion.
You could live with that and do that. For me, it's a bit of a
special occasion.
Yeah, special cigar. But sometimes the other thing is the occasion doesn't do it justice. It's if I feel like it one day, it smokes even great then for me. But I'm trying to put some away now just to see how they age over the years. So it's at the bottom of my humidor so I don't look at it and see it when I open it. Out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah. So if you're not familiar with Cohiba, Cohiba is one of those markers that lends itself to aging. Long-term aging. So we're talking 5 to 10 years. They tend to really, mellow out in terms of any of that mocha coffee or the grass tends to really go a lot lighter and it really builds up in cream elements.
Yeah, the cream.
It does.
Yeah.
So what I wanted to put to you, Luca, I think I was having a chat with you the other day. I just find in terms of Cohiba, it's a polarizing marker. People either love it or hate it.
There's no in between. Yeah.
There's no in between, and the facts of the matter is, folks, I think that's how it is. It's one of those.
You have people that die hard fans of it, and then others that don't prefer it, and they have their own particular go-to markers. So I agree with that.
I think so. My theory is that in terms of palate preferences, me personally, I would put Bolivar with its earthiness, leather and earthiness on one side, and I would put Cohiba on the extreme other. That's where I would put it on the sweeter side and the grassy side. I'd put them as opposites. And the reason I say that is, to me, I find they're the two markers that people are polarised with. So either people are really into Bolivar or they're not into Bolivar.
Yeah.
And there are some people that don't mind, and same with Cohiba, they don't mind either one. But there are people that are into Cohiba or they're not into Cohiba. But I don't find too many people that I really like Bolivar and I really like Cohiba.
Yeah.
They might say, I don't mind either. Prez, for example, I know through over the years, a number of times, he has no issues firing up a Cohiba Robusto or something like that, and also a bowl of little Kelsey's Finos, So it's just,
he's on both sides.
He doesn't mind, yeah. So there are people that don't mind either side at all, and there are people that that I know that are on the forum, very prominent members that very strongly favour Bolivar and not like Cohiba at all. And exactly opposite, like Cohiba and do not favour Bolivar. That's just how it goes.
I think El Prez has always had a soft spot for the Cohiba, the Robustos especially. But what was surprising was, I think this year or last year, he mentioned he loved the jail number 2 so much that he opted, when he had a choice between that and a Coro, he went for a jail 2. So
that was on his trip to Cuba.
Yeah, that's right.
About 2-3 months ago.
Yeah.
But look, the fact of the matter is, you can attest yourself that JL2s being out of this world. They are the 20.
They're giving this a run for its money.
Absolutely. I think that the 2018 version of what happened about 3 or 4 years ago with the Romeo and Juliet exhibition number 4s and that for them. Every time Milk Press put them up, that 12-month period, they were selling like hotcakes. And the other cigar that's everyone's crazy for now in our forum, dare I say its name, the Creedal say number 50 and number 54, put up on 24,
big ring gauge.
That's it. Put up on 24 and blink you miss it, because you will not have time to buy it.
Yeah, exactly.
But the good news is, folks.
But they need time. I think they need time. I personally think they need to smoke as well young. They're kind of like the Coronas, but the Coronas have an immediate sick period straight away. The Kid also number 50, 54. They're good. They got a bit of flavour, but I reckon 3 years maybe laying down, which is what I'm doing with a box of 50. Kid also number 50.
Yeah.
So
I completely concur. I think the Kidosei is a market that you do need time down on them, but that's just a generalisation. If people just make them earlier, maybe these new 50 and 54s the blend slightly different to the old classic Coronas Claro. That was the last regular production cigar in the Keto Say line until this 50 and 54 came out.
Okay.
But yeah, who knows? I haven't tried one. No doubt I will try one at some point. But I can assure you, for those watching this video and you're following the forum, the Keto Say number 50 and 54 at one point the hype will die down and they'll become just regular listings of 24, and there'll be an opportunity for you to get them. So do not stress whatsoever.
Yeah, don't worry.
You know, I know that from experience from previous hot cigars in the past, where you know, a couple of months they're really popular, and then
people settle down, come to their senses.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is we're going to smoke it to the second and third. We'll come back and give our thoughts then. So we're back into the middle third, and one thing I've got to say, we're both ash, but this by no means is a perfect ash, but the flavour's been fine. Has it been that way for you, Luke?
Yeah, it's been pretty consistent. The grassiness that I got died off of now, and I'm getting some nice mocha coffee in there throughout, and the retro hell, I'm feeling that too, getting that in there as well. Little bit, it's a tiny bit rough. It's not edgy. It's a tiny bit rough on the retro hell. So yeah, obviously it's a young cigar. I reckon at least another year would smooth that out. So yeah.
On the retro hell, we'll talk about it off air. I just found it was a bit, like roasted coffee.
Roasted coffee nut.
Beans, roasted coffee nut. Yeah,
yeah,
that's how it is.
Yeah.
I've had on the retro hell on Cohibas, certainly more spice through the nose.
Yeah.
But that's not it on this. But
that's interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I have. But one thing I need to tell you, folks, and I'm not going to sugarcoat this. If you believe you're going to get Cohiba Robustos bland, you're going to get. Sometimes they're going to be bland. They're not going to be as flavoursome, and which is annoying when they're expensive.
Buy off Rob. You won't go wrong. I bought a box of 15 blind, and I regret doing that. And I'm sorry, NSX Cigar, for giving you one. It wasn't very good. Especially because I was so excited to have a box. But yeah, I mean, especially at the price point, you want to get it right the first time. So go through Rob. You can't go wrong. So
yeah, what Lucas said, guys. But the other thing that we're talking about previously was when these Robustos age, just wanted to know that I find with a Linear Classic, again, it's a generalisation, this may not be what you find, and that's fine, but they really build in butter. The butter really comes out. Escondidos, Lanceros, Robustos,
Lanceros, that aged one you gave me, yeah.
Maybe buttercream. But
elements in it. Oh,
it's so if
nice.
That's your thing, it's just heavenly, and I love it.
Yeah.
I genuinely love it. And which makes me sad that I love Cohiba at that price point, but that's what can I say.
Especially with the price rise that went up.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I love that buttercream element. I remember that really clear as day when I had a aged Lanceros with you. It was, how old was it?
It was 06, so it was about 11 years old.
Wow. Yeah, at the time, 11 years.
And your partner Carly was over, and you were just telling her.
Yeah.
You had to tell her how good it was.
Oh my God!
Stop.
Thank you.
Because
that was brilliant.
That's what the cigar hobby is about, folks. One thing that we mentioned.
The cigar hobby is about smoking other people's cigars.
It's about giving.
Keep giving.
Give out if you can give out and share cigars that people are not used to or they're not familiar with. Give them a heads up. It's an expensive hobby, and when you want to light up a Habano cigar, let's not sugarcoat this. I'm going to say it. Non-Cubans, in terms of quality control, they just do it better. That's just how it is.
Just you still get the duds, that still happens, but it seems to be a lot less.
They do, and with Habano cigars, you do get variations in tight draws, loose draws, and and in the quality of them, and one thing that I do find from smoking Habano cigars, I've had a number where, oh my gosh, you've been lighting up, it goes out for no reason. There's humidification issues with it or whatever it is. There's runners, there's tunnels, But I've had a number of them over the time. I don't know how you feel, but sometimes I persevere because the flavour's there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I did that with an Epicure too. It was had a really tight draw, and I did use my perfect draw tool, which
show
I carry around.
This is the perfect draw tool that we speak about.
A lot of you guys
have a look at it.
Might have it.
Great tool.
Yeah, and I used that a couple of times. It helped a bit, but I just persevered through it, and it still had all the flavours there, but it did help a little bit. I mainly got this for some cigars that you can't put down because whether it's really rare or very special, so you might as well give it a shot and try and fix it if you can to do it justice. So, but yeah, like you just persevere, and the flavours are all there. I think you had a similar experience in the same because we split that box.
The Epicure too.
Yeah,
totally agree. I think we split that box. I've only smoked one so far, and it was slightly tight. It was, but it was just so good that light cocoa and creaminess, a little bit of vanilla. And I just had to go through the whole lot. I just had to numb it. It was. I just loved it that much. But it was just I lived with it. It's fine. You know, I know what you mean exactly. And I think, funnily enough, I only had. I picked up a Juan Lopez too, which is not my sort of cigar, believe it or not. But they've been that hot.
Yeah.
You know, I think you've got to be open always to giving cigars a try, even if it's not your thing. Just revisit it every now and then, see how they are.
Yeah,
and the reason is because
might surprise you.
Yeah, El Prez gave us last year some 4-year-old Juan Lopez number 2.
They were really good.
Really good. Very different to the young ones. Young ones have been a lot stronger, but gee, they were great. And previously I had 3 or 4 all in a row where it just didn't sit with me. So you're always learning in this hobby. You always don't write off cigars because you might have 1 or 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Give it a break. Come back to a year or 2 later.
Like with the we'll buy some more. Try them. Like with the La Fuerza we had last night.
Yeah.
I'm not going to turn my nose up at it. I'll give it another shot again. Yeah.
There's mitigating factors. We mentioned mitigating factors in this review series. There last night, drizzle, humidity, high humidity. It's probably 80-90% out there. Kept going out. That's what we're struggling with. We still got some flavour out of it, so it can only be better.
Yeah.
In conditions like this, because today conditions are perfect.
It's nice and dry today. Yeah.
Very
sunny.
Dry. Yep. Very dry. Now, again, I'm going to talk to you about the burn issue. Your burn's not too bad. It's okay.
Not too bad.
My burn is fantastic, but it didn't start like that. So what had happened was I just missed the point where I lit it up, and I was waiting for it to correct, and it wasn't correcting. So instead of getting the wrapper, just burned that part of the foot that hadn't ashed yet, and it righted itself. Beautiful. So again, we do espouse the idea is if you can prevent charring or touching up your wrapper, just do it. Try to do it.
Yeah.
Be a bit more patient with touch-ups.
Yeah. Exactly. And it's interesting to see how it corrects itself. It can surprise you at times. So yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to come back into the last third and see if we actually end up numbing this. So we did numb it, didn't we, Luca?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. Not much left there.
Mm.
I had to touch mine up and relight it once. I think it was having a little bit of trouble, but it's just been really enjoyable. Even though I was touching it up and puffing a bit to get it going, the smoke's still pretty cool. The cherry's not too hot, so and I've been getting the same like mocha coffee flavour on the palate, and a bit of that roasted coffee on the retro hail. And we were talking around. It was around just after the halfway point. Started getting a tiny bit of spice on the back end of the palate, just a tiny bit. It was very, very small, so that was interesting.
Yeah, with my one, I was getting a little bit of honey, which is a flavour that's quite indicative of Cohiba in general. But guys, sometimes you can't win with touching up and relights. Even I had to relight one edge of the wrapper. I don't like to do it, but I just did then. It wasn't correcting itself, and so we've had that. So we've been patient with lighting up and relighting, but it's touching up and relighting. But yeah, it's still flavour. Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah, awesome flavours. Lots of good smoke output too. Really happy with this. Yeah.
Still getting quality flavour well into the last third.
Yeah. It hasn't dumbed down at all.
Hasn't got bitter.
No, not bitter at all.
Too strong.
Still nice and and the strength. Yeah, talk about that. The strength's been consistent.
Yes.
It didn't hit a point for me. I'm not sure about you.
Yeah.
Throughout the cigar where when it increased in strength, it's been, I'd say, around the mild medium. Yeah. So that was interesting, because sometimes I find halfway point or just a bit onwards that the strength picks up. So yeah. Anyway,
this is going to burn our fingers at some point, but who cares? We're enjoying it so much.
Might have to get a toothpick.
Or the perfect draw.
Or use the perfect draw. Yeah.
Go on.
No, I'm just saying this has been brilliant. So
yeah. All right then. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to meeting you again in the last review of the Christmas Central series, the Partagas E1 Limited 2017 Limited Edition. We look forward to that. Until then, happy smoking.
Thank you. See ya.